We're going to do an attempt here of working on a Ring camera lens. It's on one of their floodlights. Hey, there we go. Now we're sort of in focus. You can see, yeah, it's better. You can see there all that corrosion and buildup and junk. It does not come off. Even over here doesn't. I'm not as worried about that. But it does impact the camera lens. There you go. That's a really good shot. My suspicion is when this was put up that the plastic film was never removed. Maybe it was left on or got fallen off at some point, and the adhesive or the interaction or something there caused that fogginess. There we go. Sorry, it's really tricky to get in focus here. So I think what we're going to try first is just getting some rubbing alcohol, wiping it off, and see if that will take it. I've already taken a microfiber cloth with some dish soap and some regular water and scrubbing it. That didn't work. So we're going to try it, doing that instead, see if that'll take that off, and we'll be back with that. Okay, finally found a microfiber cloth and some 70% isopropyl alcohol. Of course, the breeze kicked up just now. We're going to go ahead and soak a corner of that. We'll come right here and we'll start with the infrared, I guess, just to be sure we don't do too much damage. Looks like it's okay. Alright, let's try this. Oh, made the lights turn on. It's like noon, and it thinks it got a little bit too dark, so I was covering up the sensor. Let's see. Take a dry part of this, wipe it off. It looks a little bit clearer, but still pretty cloudy. I don't know how long this has been up. This house is new to us, but it's certainly not new. I think it was built in the early 2000s. This is obviously newer than that, but who knows how long this sat like that. We'll let this finish drying. We'll see how this works, but I'm not too hopeful, too optimistic. I have to break out some heavier duty solvents. We'll see. Alright, so we're coming back again. This will be, I guess, my final attempt at cleaning up this lens. See if it's, yeah, see. And I'll try to insert a picture, maybe here. If not, I didn't get one, of what the footage looks like through that camera with it being all foggy. So, I did get some nail polish remover, but it's 100% pure acetone. Now, I know the danger in this is I could risk completely ruining that. Let me see if I can get real close. Risk eating that away. There, you can really see it there, all those lines. But I figure at this point it can only get so much worse. And worst comes to worse, I'll have a Ring camera that only turns on lights. So we're just going to take a little bit, do like that. I did some gloves on just in case I have cuts on my fingers or something. I don't want to set my hand on fire. And we're going to wipe this off. See if this improves anything or not. I'm hoping it will, although I'm not convinced. Those are some pretty deep cracks or crazing there, it looks like. And if not, this will be a pretty short video, potentially with a part 2. If I find some crazy ways. I can't tell if that looks any better or not. In real life, you can still know, yeah, and it shows up in the camera too. It's still pretty rough, and it looks like it's getting more foggy again. It's a risk I knew I was taking though with this. Yeah. Well, it doesn't appear this is going to work out. Alright, here's attempt number 3. I'm going to try some of these mineral spirits up here on the lens. These are extreme efforts or choices, I guess you could say. I'm well aware of that, but currently it's entirely unusable based on the way that lens looks. So I'm going to give this a shot. The next step, and potentially arguably the first step, is to get in here with some polishing compound or something and see if I can polish that out. I'm not convinced by that either though. So let me get a rag wet with some of this. I'm going to give it a wipe. And we'll just see. I'll be right back. Maybe that's looking not too bad, honestly. I'm not sure though. I don't think this is really going to do what we need it to do. Not convinced, but we'll let that sit a little bit. Oops, sorry. Not convinced, we'll let that sit a little bit. It's already starting to get cloudy again. We'll let it sit and we'll see how things look. Alright, attempt number 4 or something on this lens. We'll let it zoom sort of. So the mineral spirits worked a little bit, but it's shortly clouded over. I did dig around though, and I found the Dremel tool that I have. I think I have this one, the 3000. And it came with these felt wheels and polishing compound. So I'm going to try is do what I probably should have done in the first place, is try to do that instead. I also have some of this. I don't know if this will work either. I'm going to start with the actual Dremel material here, compound. This will be hard to try to film and use both hands at the same time, so we'll see. If I'm able to put any footage, I'll put it in here, but we're going to give this a shot. So in all fairness, or in full disclosure maybe, I've never used a buffing tool, and it appears that I did it too hard, because now I have this compound stuck to it. I'm going to try to get in there with this again to get it to come off. I have a wet rag here in this other hand, and wipe it off, but I'm just going off of experience at the dentist office when they polish your teeth, and apparently that's not how this works. So this might be a giant effort in futility. But hang along for the ride and we'll see what becomes of it. Okay, so that didn't work. So I used a wire brush, very low speed here to get that off, and we'll try this again. So I've been at this for a couple minutes, and I also literally just noticed that my phone has a macro video mode, so that would have helped a long time ago. But here's our current status. Honestly, the video footage is getting a lot better, but you can see there are some significant etching grooves, cracks in there, crazing maybe. And I think there's an actual crack through the lens. If I'm able to get a good shot of it, I'll put an arrow in. But I'm thinking, although this is better than it was, I'm not sure this is going to cut it for us, unfortunately. Okay, so it's a little bit hard to tell here. Alright, so this kind of shows the status a little bit better. The lens itself actually is not too terribly bad. I got that compound a little bit in there. But some of the issue, let me see if I can switch to macro. No. But some of the issue is the compound's gotten into the grooves now, and some of these are pretty significant. I'll try to fit an arrow in, but if you look right in the middle of the lens, there's a line that comes down to the right about a 45 and then down to the left at about a 90. I think those go all the way through, and it's becoming a real problem. So I'll insert a picture of what it looks like here, and it's significantly better. You can actually make out the planks of the deck now, and you couldn't do that before. But I might try a little bit more and see how it goes. So did it work? Yeah, I think it helped. Did it fix the problem? No, I don't think it did. I think we did decently well for where we started from, but I'm just not sure that we're going to get it to a like-new condition. I did also try using some of this headlight polisher on it. I don't think I got any video of it. It wasn't as good as that polishing compound. And I also suspect that I might have caused some irreparable damage using the polishing compound as well. But for now, it works decently well. You can at least make out sort of what's happening out there. But like I said, if anyone has any suggestions, definitely let me know, and we might make a follow-up. Thanks for watching.